Hi, hello, welcome. I'm Tania and welcome to my Airbnb. Hello, welcome to my Airbnb. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having us.
Yes, of course.
Look at this space.
Yes, what do you think?
I think it's beautiful.
It's very fresh. We love this one, the color, because I think we need some freshness into Dubai. Obviously, it's very hot, very clammy sometimes, and we just wanted to create an airy, fresh space.
You very much get that as soon as you walk in, and you can tell that somebody, I'm assuming maybe you or somebody else that's involved,
No, it's not me.
has got an eye for design and the interior, just looking at the colour palettes here.
Yes.
Talk us through how you acquired this and what you did when you first got it, because we're actually in a very famous tower, aren't we, right now, in the middle of the marina, that's very well known for being the tallest tower in the world.
It was before CL Tower was built in.
Rocked up.
Yes, I know. We lost our title, but yes, we're still in the top there.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's well known for that. But because of, shall we say, the time that it was built, the type of style of apartment in this type of building is quite prominent. But this looks nothing like it. So talk us through what you've done here.
At the beginning, they were offering this unit, and the building is well known, like you were saying. Maybe it's a little bit older for Dubai. Old here in Dubai is 10 years plus. Where I'm coming from, I moved from Glasgow, Scotland. I was like, you should see what old is. But okay, for Dubai, 10 years is old. So this unit was considered old when we acquired it. And it was sold as a 2-bedroom. I'll show you later. And we were able to remodel it for a 3-bedroom. So it was quite outdated because, again, it was 10 years. So, it was the old decor of Dubai. So we had to do some remodeling. And that's where actually our journey starts in remodeling and creating spaces for Airbnbs and creating, we'll show you later, all the furniture and everything sort of to suit not only our units, but to suit also the needs of our guests.
So I've got a question. So when you walk into something like this, that's, as you quite rightly said, like old school Dubai, right? And times change. I mean, at the time when it was built, it would have been very much in fashion, but fashion changes and tastes change. Where do you even begin with something like this?
Exactly. I love the unit because of the square footage. It was a very large unit. That's why one of the reasons that I like the old buildings or the old builds, because they still have that space. The layouts are large. A bedroom is a good sized bedroom, a little bit compared to maybe a new build right now, which the sizes of the bedroom, the sizes of the closet spaces are getting smaller and smaller. These building has a very large layout, and also the amenities are quite large. So obviously it's very important for our guests to have good amenities, a good size. So that's why we like the tower. And then obviously we focused that it was a very large unit. So it starts with pretty much throwing everything down in my head, maybe not coming and actually knocking it down, but I see the layout, I see the space first. I think for these and for any investments that we do, I just really buy into the location and the square footage. Everything else you can change. So that's, let's say, the easy part of it. So really the things that we make more study deep in before any investment is the area, which Dubai Marina is obviously a really good area for investment, for living or for renting Airbnb short term. And obviously the layout again, because now I cannot change it. No. It's not a house like you can add an extra level or more space. So that's the two things that I focus the most.
Okay. And then, I mean, when you look at this room particularly and how you've designed it and how you've laid everything out, it seems really purposeful.
Yes.
Like, even to that little nook that you've got just there.
Yeah.
And actually, and the cupboards up there as well. So everything is really thought out.
Yes.
Again, like, that's a lot. Is this your creative brain in terms of like, do you manage to visualize like what this is going to look like before it looks like it?
My husband is really good with, he's been in luxury retail for over 30 years. So when we moved here, that kind of eye started to pay off really well, because he knows how make things look, apart from tasteful, purposely, and without even spending that much. And that's where I probably stay in. Yeah. I am the one with the numbers and making sure like we're in the budget. And for example, that little nook, you know, having an empty space there wouldn't make no sense. So that's when also, like I said, our journey of Altura, which is our furniture company and renovation company, starts in, because we couldn't just go and find a table, you know, in any furniture shop that would suit that space. Like it would be really difficult to measure it and find the exact table. So we were like, you know what, I think we should just create it. And that's how everything started escalating from there. Like everything in my life just starts little and suddenly it just booms into this crazy thing. And we ended up opening a workshop in the design center, just to create furniture that is quality, but also is within the budget for these type of businesses.
I love that. Let's take a seat, because I want to hear more about your journey and dig a little bit deeper into what got you into Airbnb in the first place and holiday homes, but also just circling back to what you've said there about Altura. So everything that we see in this apartment is all custom made, right?
Everything is custom made, from the walls as well, from that lighting, from these sofa beds. The size has to be right, otherwise it will look, you know, when you have such a large space, you want it to look cozy, but also don't want to be small or big, and also has to be purposefully, because this one obviously it's an Airbnb, so it has to be served as a sofa bed. So if you pull this thing in the bottom, it's a sofa bed. So this is a sofa bed. Yes. So
and this is comfortable.
This is comfortable. What do you think?
Like, I've sat on some sofa beds in some of the larger stores, shall we say, and they are not that comfy.
There you go.
Really
see, that's all what matters.
Yeah.
And it's like I mentioned, bringing the colors together, that helps really a lot, because we want to decorate something, we can create pieces that match all together, which is very difficult if you're trying to buy a piece from one furniture shop and try to match it with another furniture shop. Each furniture shop has their own style, their own. So unless you're really skilled in decoration, which most people were not, it will look like very patchy. So that's where my husband, with his ADHD brain probably, or his very not good brain, he's like, this is not matching, this is not what I want, this is not the look. And that's where it pushed us to start, you know, bending into, let's create our own furniture, our own pieces. And that's how it makes everything look like integrated in one, and that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does make sense. And you can see he's got such a good eye for design.
Absolutely.
Because you're right, because, you know, a grey sofa in one shop will look like a different grey to the cushions that are both labelled as grey.
Yes.
So it doesn't always align.
And then the chairs would be different, and then the art that you will find would be different. And you will have to find the same wood that matches that table with that table, which it would be really difficult as well. So yeah, that was where it kind of pushed us to, let's just create our own. And there were certain things that I was like, this is such a good desk, or such a good, let's say, TV unit space, but I don't want it in white. I want it in that color. And we couldn't, like, it was taking more time to look for it than like, let's just do it ourselves.
Which is crazy.
Workshop. Yes.
It's crazy. And I think, you know, we've had this conversation already off camera, but we've talked about the fact that the furniture is an investment, and you want it to be of a certain quality. There's no point going out and buying cheap.
No, we already learned that. We've been in Airbnb for over 8 years. We're super hosts every year. And, you know, that's where you buy, and you discover that you have to be buying, especially tables, dining table, every couple of months. Or chairs, because they would get loose. And so we discovered very quickly that that was not the way to buy furniture. And also you have to make it not also last, but look good and more. And then when we came to this market, we realized, you know, you start researching the other Airbnbs, and you realize that some units look spectacular, and you need to be up to the challenge to that. Maybe a little bit Glasgow, UK is a little bit outdated in many units, so you didn't have to, put your effort too much. But in here, we're like, we need to put everything up to a standard, because the Dubai market is quite fierce, and I love that. I love a good challenge.
Well, you have stepped up to the challenge, Tania. I mean, it's a lucrative market, isn't it?
Yes.
It really is. And I think the fact that you've taken your experience and expertise and managed to also put this into a furniture and design kind of business itself is incredible. For me, what I think actually really stands out are the lighting.
Yes, we played a lot with this lighting. Yes.
I don't think I've seen it, like even looking at the ceiling, and I've just caught my eye now, and the way that you've done that, that's really unusual.
Yes.
This is your husband's eye.
Yes. We like playing with different things. In this one, we wanted to put, because it's quite, not a dark unit, but because it's away from the sun, we're kind of turned a little bit. We wanted to create something special, and also every investment and every unit that we have has to have something special, like a wow factor when you come in. And in this unit in particular, even though I'll show you the view, which is it's a wow factor, you do have to go and look for it. So what we wanted to create in this one is like, how can I do that wow factor when I come in, or for the pictures that are so important in the Airbnb? It's all about the looks, right? And then we thought, well, we could play with the lightning. It's a way that you could transform a place. And that's also, we renovated all this unit. It was, like I was saying, very old school without renovation. And we came in with this idea of changing the textures of the walls, adding some lighting, just to have that wow factor when you come in from the door, which I actually get, because I check in every guest.
I love that.
And when I walk them through the door, the first thing they say, or just, I turn on the lights for them and make them feel cozy. And every time they walk in, they're like, oh wow. So if that word is like, for me to see them like that is like, it's a little reward. I think that's why we do what we do, because I love seeing their faces, and I was like, we created that for them.
And you do it so well, and I think you're right, it's interesting, isn't it? Because you come up in the lift, we're on the 77th floor here.
Yes.
You come up in the lift and you come out, and obviously the lobby's still that old Dubai kind of feel. And then you come in here and immediately it's light, it's airy, it's modern, and it's meticulously designed, and it gives a completely different, feeling, like the other side of that door to when you come in. Now it's interesting, I just want to hone in a little bit on what you said there, because you talked about the fact that you check in every single guest.
Yes.
And we've had a bit of a conversation. I'd like you to sort of dig a little bit deeper with this. So you've been in this business for a long time, and you can tell us a little bit about your journey, but you also talked about the fact that your values when it comes to, and your vision for when it comes to sort of scaling your holiday home business, and where you'd put a stop and why, because there's lots of there's lots of companies out here that own, or don't own, but potentially manage hundreds of listings. And you're quite different, your sort of angle is very different to that, and I think it's got...
So you think? I don't know.
Well, yeah, because in terms of rather than aiming to have hundreds,
I know.
for you there's a reason why that's not your ultimate goal. And so talk to us a little bit more.
So when we moved here, obviously we've seen that there was this scheme of paying for someone to administrate your unit, which we jumped in with a couple of companies where we really had a rough time working with them for several reasons. And I decided that I can administrate my own, for the quality of, maybe I'm a little picky, maybe I'm a little bit, but I'm very particular about my numbers, and I want my numbers right. And when companies that are supposed to be experts don't deliver, it's quite frustrating for me, because they should be the professionals on that. And I discovered that I think I was more professional than them. So I knew more of the business that they did. So it was quite shocking. So I decided just to administrate our own units. And I know these companies, they were charging me from 20% to 15% the commission, right? Because that's how they work. And every reservation, they will obviously get a cut off, 15% for them, 15% for Airbnb, and you end up with like pennies in a premium unit. So that's when I decided that, I think I can administrate my own. And that's how we started our journey of administrating properties. And now we are offering the services for administrating properties, but I do it in a different scale because I know by experience that charging a commission isn't good for the owner. I think that is just, it's just not, it just doesn't make sense. So what we did is we created just a fixed monthly payment. And with that, we take care of everything.
Wow.
And like you were saying, with the number of units. And I think that because I started studying why was the reason why these other companies didn't work for me or where they were failing in that sense. And I think it's because they had too many.
Yeah.
And they have, you know, these companies, you know, they're like, oh, I have 300. I'm thinking that that's actually good when in my eyes, that's actually the downfall because they don't have time, the manpower sometimes, and it's too large to administrate something so that should be so personal and so unique because every unit, it has, you know, a little bit of soul of you. And I understand that because maybe I'm an owner and this is my, you know, my investments and I love every unit and I know every owner feels that about each of their homes. And just to be dissolved that soul in 500, 300 without that caring and time in each one is just for me, you know, that's when I decided that I would administrate properties, but just to have a limit in between 10 or 15. And that's what we've been working on. So the people hire me to administrate them for a fixed flat rate, and they keep their account, they keep their reviews, the money goes into their pockets right away. Because I know that was also another problem with another companies that they get paid and then at the end of the month you get your paycheck.
Yeah.
Which in that transition there could be a lot of mistakes. So I was like, that's my money. That should be it's mine. I should have it right when the guest checks out. I should get that money or, you know. So that's how we decided to do the administration side.
And you've talked about that, having that personalised touch.
Yes.
And, you know, for that as well, like the less is more will allow you to be able to do so.
Yes, because I only receive, you know, if a guest has an inquiry, I'm not going to answer with a bot chat, which that started happening with a lot of the other ones, because I understand they have 500. They're not going to be answering but, you know, your guest wants to talk to a person. They want an answer or a problem to be fixed, not talking to a chatbot. So I understand why, you know, having 300, you have to, but if you have 10, I do answer every message myself.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, that's the personal touch.
Exactly. And you can see the personal touch just in this apartment. And we are going to have a little bit of a look around in a minute. But just before we get there as well, can you talk to us about where you started and how you started with Airbnb? Because you didn't start in Dubai.
No, I didn't start in Dubai. I've always been in real estate. I'm from Mexico originally. And my family has been in real estate all their life, investing in auctions, in short sales, and all sorts of that investments. And that was my school, my background. So when I moved, my husband's from Scotland. So when we moved to Scotland, I tried to do the same thing. So I was looking for, you know, investments and so on. And they do have auctions. So we went and do a couple of acquisitions in auction. If nobody knows how that works, is you're literally in a room and they put a picture of a property. Again, you just have the price, you have the footage, and there's people with pallets, and, you know, there's a guy screaming like, how much for this, how much, like an auction.
Wow.
And you just pick up the pallet. I sat down there with my little computer and just running numbers to see until what point I could hold it, because you don't have access to the property. So you don't really know if the property is in good condition or not.
So it's a gamble.
It's a gamble.
Yeah. A fun gamble,
it's
though.
Fun,
right? It sounds great.
I think it was thrilling, like all the time. My heart was just
bet.
up, and, you know, it was fun. It was such a fun years doing that. Thank God I think we did good calls in most of the units, but it was an adventure to open. If we won that property or that auction, getting the keys and then walking in the property and open the door and just you know, just be ready for the worst and just know that you're going to have to be able to solve whatever is in there. But yeah, we have good surprises, bad surprises, properties that did more than others. But we learned. Other properties that we just sold them as we got them, we're like, okay, this is not going to work just right away. So yeah, we learned a lot.
Yeah, I bet you did. And then that led you to Dubai.
Yeah, so when we moved here, I was like, I'm getting too cold.
Yeah.
My Mexican blood needs a bit of the heat.
We need the sun.
We came on holiday. To be honest, we were going to move back to Mexico, but we
Okay.
came on holiday and I just fell in love. I was like, I think this is the place. And it was fairly easy to get a visa, you know, from an investor site. So easier than the UK, at least.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the UK was like not helping me. And I was like investing in your country and I've got nothing back. And here, actually, I would get at least my visa. You know, in the UK, I had to apply every 3 years or so and pay for being there. So here's like, you had to do one investment and we give you a visa and you can live here. And I was like, okay, so it made it quite easy. So 6 months later, we were here.
Mm-hmm. And you haven't left?
Everything. Yeah. And then same thing, I guess when I moved here, we started, you know, researching and checking what, you know, auctions. There's not a lot of auctions in property in Dubai. I think the market is quite new and there's a lot of buyers, obviously. So that is not there yet. Probably in very long future it will be, but there's a lot of short sales for sure. People are more off plans, people that buy, you know, excited and then they cannot keep up with their payments and things like that. So we started entering those kind of chat groups, started knowing people that do that. And that leads us to getting good properties in good prices that are being sold by distress or by the owners that need to exit quick. They are usually agreed and seen behind doors because people need serious buyers and fast. So they're not going to put it out there for people like, I want a viewing, you know, they don't have time to lose. So they need fast money, sometimes, obviously most of them cash as well. And so that's why we started entering those rooms. And since then it's been very, very, very good. And we've been known now for a couple of developers in the area. Like if somebody wants to sell a house quickly or, you know, it's a good offer, we are the ones to call.
They call you up.
Give me a call.
And you, I suppose, specialise is kind of the wrong word, but you very much base all your properties that you have got are all in the marina area. Right?
Yeah, I love this area. And I think when you want to sell something or, you know, you have to love it because otherwise how am I going to sell a lifestyle of the city center when I don't even go there that much? So yeah, I guess you can say we specialize. I love. That's the reason why I moved here to start with. I fell in love. We stayed in the W.
Did you?
When I moved, when I came here
in the marina,
as a holiday. Just this one, the one here in front. And I remember walking out in that balcony. I was like, imagine having this view every day. And then that's it.
Voila.
Voila.
Here we go.
Dream and you may get it.
Absolutely. I want to come back to this because
Yes.
we've got more to talk about this. But you said about the view.
Yes. Should we go and check it out?
Let's go. Okay. So I know we're on the 77th floor, so I'm expecting big things from this.
Yes. All right.
Hey,
so yes,
let's have a
welcome
look.
to your view.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So imagine sitting here having breakfast with this absolutely stunning, full, unobstructed view of the pond.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's beautiful. Yes, you can see all the fireworks sometimes when there's fireworks happening.
Yeah. This view for me will never get old.
Yes, absolutely. And you will never get obstructed as well. So this is already all
Which
built.
is also really important
Really
in this
important.
area. Well, actually in the whole Dubai at the moment. Right?
Yeah. And you're just a couple of steps from beaches from here.
Yeah.
You have Barasti Beach just down there. So
yeah, it's stunning. This is a highlight, like you said, isn't it?
Yes.
Of the apartment.
Of the apartment, absolutely.
Yeah. And it just, as long as you're not scared of heights, then you're okay.
Yes, you can be scared of heights here in Dubai.
No.
Yes.
You can't. Amazing. Okay, so we've seen the living space and we've seen the balcony. Let's go have a look at the kitchen.
Of course, let's go. So we have a half bathroom in here as well. It's great when you have, you know, visits.
Perfect.
Guests.
Very
extra
handy.
Guests. Yes. And this one is the kitchen area. So this is a little bit outdated in the sense of it's a room for the kitchen.
I like it. I was just thinking
But
that.
we kept it because of that. We thought, you know what, a lot of people like to have not the kitchen inside the living room, because I am a little bit more of a fan of an open layout. But I actually like how this one works.
I think so. I think like it gives it more of a homely feel, you know.
Yes, exactly.
And it's a good size.
Yeah, it's a good size and it has everything that you need. There's also a dishwasher. Hidden dishwasher.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the washing machine that you've got here as well.
Yeah.
So no, it's a really good sized kitchen, I would say, and you know it's quite nice to sort
we
of
leave here a little something for our guests, and also usually we leave also Dubai chocolate.
Do you?
Yes.
What a treat!
I feel like everybody's looking for the Dubai chocolate when they come in, so it's the first thing they, you know, receive them with a nice Dubai and chocolate.
Welcome to Dubai. How funny that Dubai is now known for chocolate.
Yes.
Okay.
We enter here the area of the bedrooms.
Okay.
And you can see how also we use the ceilings to a little bit of lighting details in here. This I think is one of my favorite things as well.
I really am loving the lights because it almost looks like they're plush, but they're not, are they? They are slightly raised, but it looks.
Yeah, they are just inside because we we were able to do this because we did the whole unit. So we had to start from scratch. Sometimes we have to leave the lights because they're good in good condition, so we don't want to go in there. If it's something in good condition, we don't. But since this was such a old unit, we refurbished it all. We were able to do some really nice touches.
Cool, I really like it. Okay, let's go. So we're going to the master bedroom first.
Yes, this one is one of the bathrooms.
Okay, one of the bathrooms, really modern and beautifully finished.
Yes,
again,
I love the floor in this one. It's like a stone cement one, so it's not tiles. So I thought Andy did really good in this one. I think we came one day from Santorini and I was saying, you know how the Santorini bathroom floors are? And I think he sort of did that in this one.
It's kind of like wet room vibe, isn't it?
Yes, like a wet room vibe. Yeah, exactly. And then just play with the textures again.
Love it. And the light up mirror.
Yes, of course.
Well. This is a really good sized bedroom,
Massive bedroom, isn't it? For the standards of new builds, this is a pretty large bedroom. And the thing that I love the most in this bedroom is that you could be, you know, doing your makeup here and then you look to the left and you have that amazing view from the palm again.
Again, that view is just...
Yes, and then just being here
and seeing
and then
that.
looking at it, I just think it's really cool. Even when I come here all the time, I just stare here.
You wouldn't want to leave.
Yes, I'm just here sitting. I just can sit here and just watch it all day.
Exactly.
See life pass by.
Yeah. And it's quiet. The beauty of being this high up is that you don't get the noise that's
very quiet. So even though usually there's a lot of parties here in the hotels and why not events and music festivals and all that, you don't get any of the noises here. No. And then this one also is nice as well. Here you get the golf views. This at night looks absolutely stunning.
And the marina.
Yes, a little bit of the marina if you kind of look down. But that view of the Gulf, it's really nice at night.
It makes you realise again like how high up we are.
Yes, everything looks so tiny.
Yeah, but you can see for miles. So Tania, I want to talk a little bit about you because we've had this discussion and not only are you a powerhouse when it comes to Airbnbs, you also do a lot of running, but not just any kind of running. Tell us what you do.
I am an ultra runner.
Ultra runner.
Yes, so I run distances further than marathon.
So give us an idea of what's further than a marathon, because a marathon's a lot in itself.
42, and I do 50, 100, 160. My longest being 250, 300 kilometers.
300 kilometers.
Yeah.
So, 300 kilometers. How long does it take you to run 300 kilometers?
It took me 83 hours.
83 hours. Yes. So I'm guessing you stop, obviously,
yes,
in between
you stop,
sleep.
You can run a little bit, you stop
Yeah.
to eat, to rest a little bit, and then you keep going. There is some races that the clock doesn't stop, so that means non-stop. And there's some races that you do it in stages. So you do a day of 40 kilometers, the next day 40 kilometers. So last year, actually, I did a series that is 5 of those stage races in the 5 different deserts of the world, And, but you have to do it within 1 year.
And that was in the 5 deserts, did you say?
5 deserts, so each one is 250 kilometers.
Wow.
It's self-supported, so you have to be carrying everything that you need to
Wow.
survive those 250 kilometers. And the additional challenge is that you have to do them in a year. So pretty much one every 2-3 months.
Wow.
Yeah. That was quite a challenge last year. And we were moving as well. So that was fun. We were moving to Dubai. Yeah, and I have to run the whole business. And I had to disappear for half the year almost. But yeah, it was a very unique experience, and yeah, I'm the 10th woman in the world to finish that challenge.
Oh my goodness, what an achievement.
Yeah, thank you. It was absolutely stunning. It's an experience that I would treasure for a lifetime, obviously.
Inspiration as well, like 10th woman in the world.
Yes, 10th woman, and I think we're 20 in total, 20 people, and half of them are women, so that's actually good.
Amazing. Good women.
Yes, good women. Yes.
What sort of made you think I'm going to get up and run, 50
was,
kilometers and then 100
kilometers? I started
kilometers?
11 years ago, and I just started doing a 50K because I seen it on Facebook, because that was all it was 11 years ago. And I just seen it and I was like, okay, I think I can do that. And I did it and I survived it, and I was like, oh, that was not too bad. Wonder if there's a little bit more. And I did a 60, and then after a 60 I did a 100, and yeah, I don't know. Like I said a couple of minutes ago, everything starts escalating quickly with me.
There's quite some escalation.
Let's do one Airbnb. Now we have 10 or 6, and like, oh, we should do just one table, and now we have a whole furniture company, and it's just everything starts escalating with me too fast, too quickly.
But I think it's a reflection. I think it's a reflection of your resilience as well, though, because if you're running those distances, even if it is over a period of time, you must get to a point where you've got to dig deep.
Yes, there's always going to be. You have a plan, but you realize things are not going to go through your plan, because there's so many things that you cannot control, and you have to be okay with it. And being a business owner, I feel like the endurance sport, this is endurance sport, teaches me so much mindset in the business as well. So I remember being a little bit, before doing these longer races, I was getting frustrated a bit more, maybe life and business and all that. And then when I started running longer distances, I think problems, you start realizing you can solve things faster and better, and that's sort of what translated also in my business. So now, like, instead of being something, thinking about something that's negative or so fatalistic, I'm pretty good in thinking the positive, but just moving on, because again, in my sport, you have to have that mindset, and it's good to have it not only in the sport, I guess, also, but I practice it a little bit more probably than normal people, because of what I do day to day, and not only in the race, but I train every day 3-4 hours. Wow. So you do get that mindset from repeating it. So if you want to get good in business, I think you should do something challenging every year, at least. That's what I tell my husband, just one thing. You don't need to go to wild, just do one thing that really challenges you, and you come out feeling way stronger mentally, not only physically, and you can solve anything. And I think in this point, I'm like, I can solve anything. War happening, no worry, I'll fix it. Oh, my Airbnbs are not, you know what? Don't panic, we'll figure it out. We just solve, replan, reroute, and let's keep moving forward, because this is, the clock never stops. So.
This is it. And I think, let's have a look in here whilst we're talking about this, because I think you're right, it's about that mindset, isn't it? And
yes,
I think,
absolutely.
setting up a business and starting a business, you learn what they don't tell you, I think, when you first step into
Yes.
setting up a business is, yes, you grow and start, you start and you grow a business, but it's such a personal journey.
It's a mindset, for sure.
You have to transform as a person. You have to make changes, and some of those changes are incredibly difficult because there's a lot that you have to review in terms of what's around you, including sometimes the people that are around you.
Yeah.
So that mindset of being able to run at the distance, because what you're talking about here, you know, going back to the fact that you're the 10th woman in the world, you're one of 20 people only in the world that have done that. That's some mindset that you've then been able to transfer, I suppose, into,
of course, in business, and
business.
Also to be good with uncertainty.
Yes.
Just let go the control, and you don't know, you can't control what you can control. And I think that's why probably I go into being maybe very picky and meticulously in certain things, like for example numbers or cleaning, or because that's controllable. I'm in control of that. So if I don't do good in that, you know, I'm failing myself, because that's the only thing I can control. Everything else I cannot control. The war in Iran, I cannot control anything in the race. I cannot control the weather if it's raining. All I can control is my amount of effort, and translating in business is the things that are in my control. So I try to do always not my 110%, everything I do, everything, business, training, life, race, I'm like all in or nothing, as you can see. That's why probably everything escalates so quickly with me, because it's like realizing like I cannot buy a table, I will do it, and I'll do it even better. You know, it's I guess it's a good mindset. It could be good but really bad, because sometimes I end up with like 5 businesses and trying to juggle everything. But you know, that's
you manage.
I think it's like part, like you were saying, it's a lifestyle, it's a mindset that I just have.
And how do you? Because I'm trying to think of the word, like what practices do you use when you hit something? Like it could be in business, or it could be when you're out there and you're, I don't know, at the 80th kilometre and you know you've still got 120 to go, and you're hitting a bit of a wall, and that happens, right? In life, even with the positive
life
mindset,
and everything.
What is there a particular practice that you use to help get you through? Like, how do you overcome that when you feel that you're about to hit the wall? What do you do to help get you through that? Because, you know, that's something.
There's several things. I think also because I practice it so many times, because I've, you know, that's what I was saying, you need to do one challenging thing a year, because that's going to give you the tools, mental tools. And I call it the mental toolkit, because now I'm like, oh, now I have this, you know, my mental toolkit here. So when things go tough, I'm like, oh, I've done tougher things than that. So, you know, you start putting things there in your box, and you can use them to face things in the future, but also have a plan. In a race, for example, if I know a race in the desert, so it's going to be very hot, and I know hunger is going to be also a game there, because I'm carrying all my food and that's limited. So, you know, have guidelines and say, if I hit my wall and I need to stop, replenish and rest before DNF is not finished. So before just walking out and don't finish it, just review how you are. Like maybe you're making a decision because you're feeling they're feeling, but it's not because you're tired. You're just feeling it because you haven't eaten, or you are hot and it's not making you think clearly. So you have to stop, go to a shade area, get cooled down, drink water, just stop. It's fine to stop. It's fine to take a break, or you know, to think clearly so you can actually keep going. So I think same thing in business, right?
100%,
you do have to, like, I feel like more here in Dubai, I feel people are being rushed. Everything is too fast, which I love as well. I love in certain ways. But if you're hitting a road that is like, it's too fast for me, it's okay to be like, okay, I'm gonna stop, replenish, think what's happening, and then, you know, so you can keep going. So yeah, that's I think what I've learned from the races, and patience. A lot of patience. I was not a patient person, but now I'm like, you know, 1 kilometer there can take you an hour in the desert, you know? Here, you know, in life, you just have to learn how to be patient and know that everything is going to pass. Nothing is forever. So if you're having a great time in a race, the kilometers are going fast, enjoy it, because that's not going to be all of it, because it's going to get hard maybe later on. And if you're in a tough moment of the race, like, enjoy it as well, because you will get back to your pace and feeling good as well. Like, you're not going to feel bad forever, right? So same thing when you hit uncertainty in a business, you have to know that nothing is forever, and kind of that makes it enjoyable a little bit, because I feel like life is to be enjoyed, and even challenges, you know, it makes it life fun, I think. If it would be for me it would be you know, too easy if you're just running in the street and there's nothing. But if, you know, throw it in a hill and, you know, a little bit of sand, and you feel like that challenge, and you overcome the challenge, you feel a little bit more like you earned a little bit, you know, like you're a little bit more energized at the end of it. So I feel like life is the same. Like, you know, they're throwing us curveballs right now. Yes, so, you know, if you can live the life a little bit more patient and enjoy it, you know, say like, oh, you know what, I'm enjoying my quiet time in the short-term rentals right now. You know, I'm enjoying, like, maybe not running around, checking guests, taking a little bit more time to we did deep cleaning in all of them. We did a little bit of pre-painting, you know, using that time positively, and to give better service to when things open up. So, you know, get better when things come up. So yeah, absolutely.
So patience and taking the time to rest.
And don't think that nothing is forever. So just enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the roller coaster.
Absolutely.
Well, this is it. And I think you're right, you know, particularly here in Dubai, it does feel like you're going at 100 million miles an hour, like, all the time. And I think sometimes because a lot of us have a very similar kind of mindset, and there's, you know, naturally a lot of people compare themselves to each other, and you see other people that seem to be going at 100 miles an hour. It can be quite difficult to take a bit of a step back and get that rest, but that rest is just important in life and business as much as it is in a race.
But it's also good to have your own challenges, your personal challenge. So when you finish your challenge, you know, like, everybody's comparing themselves, but then you can flash back like, oh, I'm the 10th woman in the world. How many have done that? So, you know, it gives you a little bit more of self-pride and self-confidence, knowing that you are able and you're capable to do anything
that you put your mind to.
Anything, races or business or anything. Move countries.
You name it.
Anything.
You name it.
Open a new business. That's why probably... Or five. Like I said, that's why probably everything here escalates too quickly. In this house, everything escalates too quickly. All right.
Okay, so tell us a story about this room, Tania. So this room wasn't here.
I know. No. We made it up. Magically appeared. So this was a 2-bedroom unit, but that was a very big bedroom.
It must have been huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Okay.
So we decided to kind of separate it. The only thing I would say that this one got a little tiny closet space, but to be honest, by the standards of new builds, that's the closet size you're getting now. So
it's still it's bigger than just a standalone wardrobe.
Yeah, that's the only. But you know what? For the purposes, it was good, and you still have a little bit of a view in there, and we put a really nice. Again, all this is bespoke, created just for this unit. So for example, this mirror, the light is not in the mirror, it's in the wall.
Oh yeah. No, I hadn't realised that.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yes. So everything is bespoke, and like you said, everything has a purpose.
Everything has a purpose. Everything's been thought about. Like, you're meticulous.
We didn't want to put the closet all the way here, because then the door would make the entrance very narrow. So you start thinking ways to how to, you know, make things work. And we're like, oh, we can put a tiny desk there and just give it a little bit of more light and character with the lightning.
And do you know what? One of the most frustrating things I've found as a guest in a lot of Airbnbs that I've been to is that quite often they don't have a mirror to get ready. Like, you know, in the morning, like, as you know, as a woman to put your makeup on, like to do your skincare routine, like, there's never really a space.
And the light as well.
Yeah, and the right lighting. Doesn't really happen. Or there's one mirror and it's in a really random place, and it's just not, and everyone's like, that's in the
everybody's trying to go to that one room that has the good mirror and the good lighting. Yes, absolutely. And all the bedrooms, like you see, have mirrors and have this lighting. So yeah,
very carefully thought out about.
Yes, and again, all the pieces again are made to match the house and have a purpose.
Are these drawers?
Yes, they are drawers.
Yeah,
drawers.
I didn't realise they sell. Brilliant idea. Okay.
Nice drawers, and otherwise it wouldn't. The problem is, like, we wanted a table here, and where in what furniture shop are you gonna find the table that can hook to the wall? They're all the same, with that finish, with that color. So
do it yourself.
We just did it.
Job done. Amazing. Well, Tania, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much for coming.
No, thanks for having us.
We'll be waiting for you here.
Oh yeah, I'd love to. And I think I thoroughly enjoyed not only seeing your beautiful apartment, but also hearing more about your journey and you as well. Very inspirational.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us this space, this opportunity. I think it would be so great also for us to see more of the community out there, because sometimes we don't have time to be going and meeting people that have the same passion, obviously, in property and guests and welcoming people from all over the world, which I feel like that's one of the highlights of what we do, just welcoming guests and hearing their stories. Got really good cracking stories.
I bet.
So they're amazing. That's one of the things why I like to do the personal check-ins, because you can hear, and they feel also more comfortable, and you get less complaints as well, because they know you and they feel like a friend.
Yeah.
So yeah. But thank you so much again for the opportunity, and I wish you the best. And I am looking forward to see this episode and everybody else's episode, and hear from everybody in the community.
Amazing. And here, well, maybe we'll be back at another property of yours.
Yes,
at another time.
I know they're all rented now.
Great, we like that.
Thank
We're
God.
happy about that.
But this is the only one that we had left at the moment. Maybe because it's so large.
It's a privilege though to see it. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.